We all have our own way of tying hooks, but let me tell you about the importance of tying your hooks so efficiently when it comes to using fluorocarbon. Fluorocarbon is quite well renowned as being a little bit finicky when it comes to tying hooks. You know, getting that perfect hook length is really important with fluorocarbon, and maintaining that good knot strength. Fluorocarbon is very prone to losing its knot strength due to its burning as you're actually tying that knot. So I'm just going to run through how I personally tie fluorocarbon. I use fluorocarbon for so many things, right from natural water fishing, where I am today, fishing for skimmers and roach on the pole using 08 and 010, yet at the same time my natural feeder hook lengths, all my hook lengths for natural feeder fishing are made on fluorocarbon, generally 011, 013, 016. I just love this Aero fluorocarbon. It's absolutely brilliant. Its knot strength is incredible, and like I said, and that is purely because of how I tie the knots and tie my hook lengths. Making the most of the pure properties of this fluorocarbon is really important. So I'm using 010 today with a 16 hook. So all I'm going to do, obviously at home it's a little bit different, a little bit more organised, but I'm trying to do it on the bank. Pair of scissors, just trim it off at the end. Now first of all, before you actually tie your hook, I've got a tub of water here with a little bit of washing up liquid. And what that washing up liquid does, it aids that smoothness and less friction on the line, therefore less chance of burning the line when tying the hooks. So all I'm going to do is wet my fingers in the water, washing up liquid, only a little bit of washing up liquid in it, and just run that to like just coat the line in the area I'm going to be tying it. And all I'm going to do now is not hold on to it too tight, but tight enough for it to form at the bottom of the knot, the bottom of the hook, and then gradually angle the line that's in my left finger and thumb. So the whipping is now going up the shank of the hook, underneath the hook, press it down, wet it again, and pull it through. And as you can see, because I've wetted it again, there's very little friction caused on the fluorocarbon. Bite off more than you need. And this is the key thing now. I'm now pulling that knot right up to the bottom of the spade, like so. And taking it off the hook tire. Now the next step is really, really important. So I use a pair of plastic pliers, because what I want to do now is I want to grab the tag end, like so, and tighten that knot up. And that then means that the knot is not gonna slip. And that then allows me to really trim this tag end off at the top end. And look how neat that is now. And then also, if you notice, there's no friction, there's no kinking in the line above the hook, perfectly tied knot. Now, tying the hook length correctly and using the correct knot at the top, again, equally important. So I'm going to be tying a 6-inch hook length for this. So I put it on the hook at the bottom, around the hook at the top at 6 inches, grab the line, form a loop, and just push the loop up so it's actually slightly bigger than the hooking point, because that's got to compensate for the knot that I'm going to tie. Once I've got it in place, I then dip that in water. Again, just to lubricate the line in the area where I'm going to be tying a knot. So I've twizzled the line there, you see. If you can see that, I've just twizzled it. That's to keep that position, keep the length in the correct position. And then all I'm going to tie is a figure of 8 knot. So all it's a case of is folding the line over to create a single loop, going around a full circle, and the loop end going back through the main loop, like so. Now, to get the correct size knot, the correct size loop, a nice small loop especially when you're making your pole rig hook lengths, is really important. So I don't use a tool, I use my fingers. So all I do is I grab the loop and the knot at the same time, And then as you can see, as I'm pulling that down, I'm pulling the knot right up and creating a lovely tiny loop. Now again, before I lock this in, I put it around that and pull tight like so. Then I'm going to trim this off, trim the tag end off with, again, using a pair of scissors so everything's nice and neat. Everything is trimmed off at the top end. Let's get rid of that. Look at that, absolutely perfect. And then this will fit nice and neat on my hook length board. So put the loop around the top pin and get it on like so, and that around there. There we go, perfect. So you get the same length, hook length every single time. Uniformity is so important. So hopefully that's informative for you and put to use when you're tying hooks next time.